At 0638 hours on the 17th of January 1941, HTMS Thornbury spots French light cruiser La Motte Piquet. Range 10,000 meters. The Thai coastal defense ship turns northwest. She brings her main battery to bear. 4 8-inch guns, 2 forward, 2 aft. The most powerful armament in the Royal Thai Navy. The cruiser that should not exist. The mini-battleship built by Japan. She opens fire on the French cruiser. The running battle begins. The shell trajectories cross behind Ko Chang's towering islets. Thornbury fires continuously. Her 8-inch shells bracket La Motte Piquet. The cruiser returns fire. 155mm guns, 6 guns, rapid fire. At 0645, a French shell strikes Thornbury's bridge. Commander Luang From Virafan dies instantly. The helmsman dies. The ship's steering is disrupted. Thornbury continues fighting. Her crew mans the guns. They fire until the aft turret is destroyed by French shells. They shift fire to the smaller French avisos. 8-inch shells fall around Amiral Chana. The aviso is forced to maneuver. Thornbury shifts back to the cruiser. By 0715, Thornbury is burning. Multiple fires rage through the ship. The aft turret is destroyed. The forward turret continues firing. At 0830, the order to cease fire is given. The fires are out of control. They are spreading toward the magazines. The order is given to flood the magazines. The fires cannot be stopped. HTMS Chang takes Thornbury in tow. She runs the burning ship aground at Laem Nungop. Thornbury capsizes in shallow water. 20 men dead. But she fought. The mini-battleship fought a modern cruiser. She hit the cruiser twice. She damaged an aviso. She refused to surrender. HTMS Sri Ayudhya was Thornbury's sister ship, identical in every way. 252 feet 8 inches long, 47 feet 4 inches wide, 2,265 long tons full load, 4 8-inch guns, 4 3-inch guns, 4 40mm guns, 155 crew, built by Kawasaki Shipbuilding Corporation in Kobe, Japan, launched July 31, 1937, commissioned June 16, 1938. The second of 2 Thornbury-class coastal defense ships. Thailand called them battleships. The rest of the world called them pocket battleships or mini-battleships. They were the most powerful warships Thailand ever built. The design came from desperation and ambition. Thailand had extensive coastline, Gulf of Thailand, Andaman Sea, thousands of islands. The Royal Thai Navy needed coastal defense. But Thailand could not afford battleships, could not operate battleships, had no ports deep enough for battleships. The solution was compromise. Build ships smaller than battleships, cheaper than battleships, but carrying battleship-caliber guns. Ships that could defend harbors and coastlines against cruisers and destroyers. Ships that drew less water. Ships that could operate in shallow Gulf waters. Coastal defense ships. The concept was Scandinavian. Sweden and Norway operated coastal defense ships, small displacement, heavy guns, moderate speed, designed for defending home waters, not for fleet actions, not for ocean operations, for lurking in fjords and archipelagos, for ambushing larger ships in confined waters. The armor was concentrated, belt and turrets heavily protected, deck lightly protected. The ships were not meant to fight battleship gun duels. They were meant to defend against cruisers, to hurt anything that came within range, to make invasion costly. Thailand adopted the concept. In 1935, Parliament allocated 18 million baht for naval modernization. The Navy wanted 2 coastal defense ships. Multiple European firms submitted designs. German firms, British firms, Italian firms. The Japanese firm Kawasaki won the contract. 5.727 million baht for 2 ships. Kawasaki had experience building warships. They had built destroyers. They had built submarines. They understood the requirements. They proposed ships displacing 2,265 tons, mounting 4 8-inch guns, the same guns used on Japanese heavy cruisers, the same guns mounted on aircraft carriers Akagi and Kaga, Type 41 8-inch 50 caliber naval rifles, range 24,000 meters at 25 degrees elevation, rate of fire 2 to 3 rounds per minute. The armor scheme was focused, belt armor 65 millimeters, turret faces 102 millimeters, turret sides 102 millimeters, conning tower 102 millimeters, deck 38 millimeters. This was adequate against 6-inch cruiser shells, adequate against destroyer fire, not adequate against battleship shells. But Thailand would not fight battleships. Thailand would fight French cruisers, British cruisers, Japanese cruisers if necessary. The armor was sufficient for the threat. Propulsion was diesel. 2 MAN diesels from Germany, 5,200 brake horsepower, 2 shafts, maximum speed 15.8 knots. This was slow. Cruisers made 30 knots. Destroyers made 35 knots. The Thai ships could not run. They could not chase. But they were not meant to. They were coastal defense. They would fight in harbors, in shallow water, among islands, where speed mattered less than firepower and protection, where maneuverability mattered more than top speed. Sri Ayudhya was laid down 1936, launched July 31, 1937. Completed June 16, 1938. Thonburi was laid down 1936, launched January 31, 1938. Completed August 5, 1938. Both ships were commissioned into the Royal Thai Navy with ceremony. They were the pride of the fleet, the most modern warships in Southeast Asia outside Japanese and British forces. They represented Thailand's independence, Thailand's modernization, Thailand's refusal to be dominated by colonial powers. The 1930s were tense. France controlled Indochina, Britain controlled Burma and Malaya. The Netherlands controlled the East Indies. Japan threatened everyone. Thailand was surrounded by colonial empires. Thailand maintained independence through diplomacy and military readiness. The coastal defense ships were message. Thailand could defend itself. Thailand would not be colonized. The mini battleships made that message visible. In October 1940, tensions with France escalated. Thailand claimed territories in French Indochina, Laos, Cambodia, territories that had been Thai before French colonial expansion. France was weak. Metropolitan France had fallen to Germany. The Vichy government controlled French colonies, but Vichy was compromised. German occupation made French colonies vulnerable. Prime Minister Plaek Phibunsongkhram saw opportunity. He demanded return of lost territories. France refused. Thailand prepared for war. On January 5, 1941, Thai forces invaded. The Barafa army attacked in the east. The Isan army attacked in the northeast. Thai forces overran French positions in Laos. They pressed into Cambodia. French colonial troops rallied. The Foreign Legion held positions. Fighting was intense but localized. Air forces clashed. Ground forces maneuvered. Neither side achieved decisive advantage. The war stalemated along the border. Admiral Jean de Coup commanded French forces in Indochina. He saw solution: destroy the Thai Navy. Without naval forces, Thailand could not defend its coasts. Without naval forces, Thailand would be vulnerable to French bombardment. French cruisers could shell Bangkok. French destroyers could attack Thai ports. Destroying the Thai Navy would win the war. De Coup ordered his squadron to attack. The French squadron assembled at Cam Ranh Bay. Light cruiser La Motte Piquet, 7,500 tons, 8 155mm guns, 4 90mm guns, 33 knots, modern, fast, powerful, 2 avisos, Dumont d'Urville and Amiral Chana, both armed, both fast, supporting vessels, submarines. The squadron was formidable, superior to the Thai fleet in every metric except gun caliber. The 8-inch guns on Thai coastal defense ships outranged French 6-inch guns. But the French ships were faster, better armored, better commanded. French victory seemed certain. Intelligence located Thai ships at Ko Chang, island in the Gulf of Thailand, near the Cambodian border. HTMS Thonburi anchored there with torpedo boats Songkhla and Chonburi. Sri Ayudhya had been stationed there. On the night of January 14th, Thonburi sailed from Sattahip Naval Base to relieve Sri Ayudhya. They rendezvoused January 15th. Sri Ayudhya returned to Sattahip. Thonburi remained at Ko Chang with the torpedo boats. This decision saved Sri Ayudhya. She was not present for the Battle of Ko Chang. French reports erroneously claimed they damaged her. They were wrong. She was at Sattahip when the battle occurred. At dawn January 17th, French aircraft spotted the Thai ships. Loire 130 floatplane reconnaissance. The aircraft reported 2 torpedo boats. This surprised the French. Intelligence had indicated only 1 torpedo boat. During the night, Chonburi had arrived to relieve Chantaburi. The French now faced larger force than expected. But they were committed. The squadron divided into groups. Lamotte Piquet led the center group. The Avisos formed flanking groups. They approached Ko Chang from the south. At 0605, the Loire 130 overflew the anchorage. Anti-aircraft fire erupted. The aircraft attempted bombing. Thai guns drove it off. Surprise was lost. The Thai ships began raising steam. They prepared to slip anchors. They manned battle stations. But they were caught anchored, engines cold, crews sleeping. The worst possible position for combat. At 0610, Songkhla spotted Lamotte Piquet. The torpedo boat opened fire. 3 salvos. 1 struck the cruiser, smoke and flames visible from the Thai ships. But the cruiser's armor held. The damage was superficial. Lamotte Piquet returned fire. 155mm shells bracketed Songkhla. The torpedo boat maneuvered. She could not escape. The French Avisos closed from the flanks. Songkhla was caught in crossfire. At 0645, after 35 minutes of continuous fire, Songkhla's commander ordered abandon ship. The torpedo boat was taking water. Fires were spreading. 14 men died. The survivors were rescued by other Thai vessels. Chonburi engaged simultaneously. She fired at Lamotte Piquet. She engaged the Avisos. French shells struck repeatedly. The torpedo boat was outgunned, outranged, overwhelmed. At approximately 0630, Chonburi was sunk. 2 men died. The survivors abandoned ship. They swam to shore. They were rescued by Thai patrol craft that had sheltered north of Ko Chang. Thonburi fought the cruiser. The coastal defense ship maneuvered among the islands. She used terrain to block French shells. She fired continuously. Her 8-inch guns had longer range than French 6-inch guns. But Lamotte Piquet was faster. The cruiser maneuvered to optimal range. She fired rapid salvos. At 0645, a shell struck Thonburi's bridge. The captain died. The helmsman died. Steering was damaged. The ship struggled to maintain course. Fire control was disrupted, but the crew kept fighting. They manned the guns. They fired until ammunition ran low. They shifted targets. They engaged the Avisos when the cruiser was screened by islands. They fought for over 2 hours. By 0715, Thonburi was burning. The aft turret was destroyed by French shells. The forward turret continued firing. Fires spread through the superstructure. They approached the magazines. The order was given to flood the magazines, prevent catastrophic explosion. The fires could not be stopped. At 0830, the order was given to cease fire. HTMS Chang, a transport, took Thonburi in tow. She beached the burning ship at Laem Ngop. Thonburi capsized hours later in shallow water. 20 men died. 36 Thai sailors total died in the battle. 14 from Songkhla, 2 from Chonburi, 20 from Thonburi. French casualties were minimal, 11 men killed. mostly from near misses and shrapnel. La Motte Piquet was hit twice by Thornbury's 8-inch shells. One struck the main deck. Smoke and flames erupted. The damage was contained. The cruiser remained operational. The French claimed total victory. They reported sinking 3 Thai ships. They reported damaging Sri Ayudhya. The last claim was false. Sri Ayudhya was not present. But French propaganda needed complete victory. They reported what they wanted to report. Sri Ayudhya was ordered to assist. She sailed from Satahip in the afternoon. She arrived Ko Chang after hostilities ceased. She found wreckage, survivors in the water, burning ships. The battle was over. Her sister Thornbury was beached and capsized. The torpedo boats were sunk. The Thai squadron was destroyed. Sri Ayudhya had been spared by accident of timing. She was at Satahip when the battle occurred. She missed the disaster. The Battle of Ko Chang was decisive. Thailand lost its most powerful naval units. The French controlled the Gulf of Thailand. French cruisers could bombard Thai ports without opposition. Thailand sued for peace. Japan mediated. On January 28th, a ceasefire was signed. On January 31st, preliminary armistice was signed aboard Japanese cruiser Natori at Saigon. On May 9th, formal peace treaty was signed in Tokyo. France ceded territories to Thailand. Battambang, Pailin, Siem Reap. Parts of Laos. Thailand achieved its territorial objectives, but at cost of naval humiliation. Thornbury was salvaged later in 1941. Kawasaki sent salvage crews. Japanese workers raised the ship. The hull was severely damaged. Extensive repairs were impossible. Thornbury never sailed under her own power again. She served as training vessel. Moored hulk. Her secondary battery was removed. She remained in service until 1959. Part of her bridge and forward turret were preserved as memorial at Royal Thai Naval Academy. The wreck was scrapped. Sri Ayudhya became flagship. She was the most powerful operational unit in the Thai Navy. She served through World War II. Thailand allied with Japan after Pearl Harbor. Japanese forces occupied Thailand with Thai cooperation. Sri Ayudhya operated in Thai waters. She did not see combat. She patrolled, she trained crews, she represented Thai naval power, but she never fought. On June 29, 1951, Sri Ayudhya's war finally came. A coup attempt, the Manhattan Rebellion. Junior naval officers seized Prime Minister Phibun Songkhram during boat transfer ceremony at Ratchawaradit Pier in Bangkok. They took him aboard Sri Ayudhya. They held him hostage. The ship began steaming downstream toward Naval Ordnance Department at Bang Na. The rebels failed to secure Memorial Bridge. The bridge would not open. Sri Ayudhya could not continue. Fighting erupted. The Army and Air Force remained loyal to the government. They outnumbered the rebel naval units. Sri Ayudhya became target. Artillery fired from the eastern bank. Mortars hit the ship. A T-6 trainer aircraft bombed her. Heavy fires broke out. The engines were disabled. Sri Ayudhya became dead in the water opposite Wichai Prasit Fort. The fires spread. The order was given to abandon ship. Phibun Songkhram swam ashore with the sailors. He was uninjured. The fires continued through the night. On July 1st, 1951, Sri Ayudhya sank in the Chao Phraya River. The coastal defense ship that survived the Franco-Thai War was destroyed by Thai forces in a coup. 13 years after commissioning, 13 years of service. She was scrapped as navigational hazard, struck from Naval Register October 8, 1959. The Thornbury class represented Thailand's ambitions and limitations. The ships were powerful for their size. 8-inch guns gave them striking power equal to heavy cruisers. The armor protected against most threats Thailand would face. But they were slow. They could not maneuver with modern fleets. They were designed for coastal defense. They excelled at that mission. They failed when forced into blue water combat against faster opponents. The Battle of Ko Chang exposed the limitations. Thornbury fought bravely. She hit La Motte Piquet twice. She damaged an aviso. But she could not escape, could not maneuver, could not outrun the French cruiser. She was caught anchored. This was worst-case scenario. Coastal defense ships need preparation, need position, need support. Thornbury had none of these. She fought anyway. She inflicted damage. She refused to surrender. But she lost. The comparison with European coastal defense ships is instructive. Swedish Sverige class displaced 7,000 tons, carried 4 11-inch guns. Norwegian Norge class displaced 4,100 tons, carried 2 11-inch guns. Finnish Väinämöinen class displaced 4,300 tons, carried 4 10-inch guns. All were larger than Thai ships, all carried heavier guns, all had similar speed, all were designed for same mission: defend coastal waters against cruisers. None ever fought the battles they were designed for. Sverige class never fought. Norge was sunk by German bombers during Norwegian invasion. Väinämöinen class fought Soviet forces in Winter War. They bombarded shore positions. They never fought cruisers. Thornbury was the exception. She fought the battle she was designed for, against a cruiser. In coastal waters, she lost. But she fought. This was more than most coastal defense ships achieved. Most were obsolete before they fired shots in anger. Most were scrapped without seeing combat. Thornbury fought. Sri Ayudhya survived to become flagship. The class achieved its purpose: defend Thailand, represent Thai power, make invasion costly. They succeeded in that. The French won the naval battle, but Thailand won the war. France ceded the territories. Thailand achieved its objectives. The coastal defense ships contributed to that victory through deterrence, through their existence, through the threat they represented. Sri Ayudhya's survival was accident of timing. She was relieved 14 hours before the battle. She sailed to Satahip. She missed the destruction. This was luck. Nothing more. If the relief had been delayed one day, Sri Ayudhya would have been at Ko Chang. She would have fought. She likely would have been sunk like her sister. Both ships would have been lost. The Thai navy would have been completely destroyed. Instead, one survived. One remained operational. One served as flagship until destroyed by Thai forces in a coup. The irony is complete. The mini-battleship that was supposed to defend Thailand against foreign invasion was destroyed by Thai Army and Air Force. The ship that survived foreign enemy was destroyed by domestic enemy. The coastal defender that never fought foreign warships was sunk in Bangkok River by Thai aircraft. This was her fate. Not glorious combat. Not heroic last stand. Destruction in civil war. Phibun Songkram swimming to shore while his own military destroyed the flagship. The absurdity of civil conflict. The tragedy of internal division. But for 13 years, Sri Ayudhya represented Thai naval power. She was the battleship Thailand could afford. The heavy gun platform that defended Thai waters. She never fought the battle she was designed for. Her sister fought that battle. Her sister died fighting. Sri Ayudhya survived. She became memorial to what Thailand attempted. Build modern navy, defend independence, resist colonialism. The mini-battleship was symbol of Thai determination, Thai modernization, Thai refusal to be dominated. The turrets and superstructure were salvaged. They are displayed at War Museum near Bangkok. Visitors can see the 8-inch guns, the armor plate, the bridge equipment, the artifacts of Thailand's most powerful warship, the mini-battleship, the coastal defender, the ship that survived foreign war to die in civil war, HTMS Sri Ayudhya, the Thai coastal defender that refused to fight when it mattered and was destroyed when it did not.